Greetings to you, Crocoduck Army. I know it's been quite a while since you've heard from me, so I'm glad to be checking in to find out what everyone's thinking of the state of the world these days. There will be a very momentous event coming up soon here in America, and that's the midterm election in November. There's a great deal at stake in this election. Trump continues to tear up norms of ethical behavior on a regular basis and rage on Twitter at immigrants and the media as multiple scandals close in around him, his family, and his associates. All the while, he's claimed that his popularity is high and that polls are basically meaningless. Unless the poll is in his favor, and then they're incredibly meaningful. Many of my biggest fears of a Trump presidency have already come to pass. In Europe, Italy and other countries are electing leaders in Trump's anti-immigrant populist mold. You would think Europeans would be a bit more hesitant to bring back right-wing demagoguery, but right-wingers have followed Trump's lead at using that path to power. Politicians in the United States were very hesitant to back Trump publicly in 2016, but with Trump as the leader of their party, the virulent hatred of people who don't conform to their narrow ideals is baked right into the party now, and all of that hate is on full display. Because Trump supporters are now firmly in the majority in the Republican Party, even slightly moderating elements like the recently deceased John McCain and others are being branded as heretics and voted out in primaries. However, because of their firm belief in the popularity of Trump's politics, these politicians are badly overplaying their hands. If it is a bluff, it's about to be called, and we'll see the cards in November. Many conservatives seem to think that the highly unusual set of circumstances that happened in 2016 are normal, and that this election will not see many incumbents being voted out, despite some very scary special election results for Republicans since 2016. Some of my own friends believe this too, and are unmoved when shown data to the contrary. Heading into the 2014 midterms, I was well aware that Democrats would lose quite a few seats, and they did. Many conservatives seem to lack this self-awareness. Arguing with them about this appears to be futile, so I'm just being sure to frame this carefully for them. I just tell them, hey, if Trump's as popular as you say he is, Republicans will do just fine in the midterms. You might lose a handful of seats in the House to redistricting, but you should retain control easily and gain a couple Senate seats, since the Senate seats up this time are a lot more favorable for Republicans. Then it will be business as usual. Barring some extraordinary event between now and then, that will not be the outcome. Trump fans are forgetting that a significant number of people who voted for Trump thought that he would chill out once he became president. Not all of his voters thought they were signing up for having to lurch from one scandal or crisis to the next every single day. Somewhere between 10 and 20% of Bernie's primary voters even actually cast a vote for Trump in the general election, either as a form of perceived revenge toward Hillary or believing some form of populism is better than electing an establishment candidate. Some of those people have a newfound yearning for stability, and voting for all Democrats in 2018 is much more likely to be their choice. People who want more progressive candidates in the Democratic Party, like Bernie Sanders, also have a great test case in Florida, with Bernie backed Andrew Gillum, who narrowly defeated the establishment candidate to run for the open governorship in Florida. In a purple state with a possible blue wave, he should win it, and if he doesn't, then the primary strategy will need to be reevaluated. I'd like to see more progressive candidates too, but we have to be judicious about it. There are so many individual contests going on that it's impossible to go through many in detail in this video, but I want to give you some idea of the significance of this election. The entire House, a third of the Senate, and about 2/3 of state governorships will be decided. Most state legislature races will be decided as well. Redistricting happens every 10 years, and Republicans have enjoyed the fruits of the 2010 redistricting after a big wave year for them. The 2020 redistricting should see many more Democratic governors presiding over the process. These bathroom bills, abortion restrictions, and various other WTF laws that various states have tried to pass will be greatly reduced in number and in scope, where Republican majorities are diminished or outright flipped to Democrats. Big Republican losses will also cause other Republicans to turn on Trump, and the resulting infighting will help us get rid of him in 2020. Donate time, money, and influence wherever you can, and make sure you vote.
I'm feeling a SOG in my sights. Double, triple, quadruple kill. Quintuple kill. Pulse munitions in the morning. Team kill.